research in oral cancer, and I had to go to Delhi to present my topics in ICMR. I can understand what is research. And I am very glad that in Tripura University, this research and development cell has been formed. And I am also very glad that first time they have arranged this kind of national conference. Really, for that I must give thanks to the organizer. Universities are laboratories of the future. And without research in universities, we cannot think of. Research must be in the curriculum, should be in the universities. And they incubate life, safety and security for the future citizens of the world through knowledge creation and knowledge dissemination. The Research and Innovation Cell of Tripura University, through the organization of the National Conference on the Goals of Higher Education towards a Transformative and Sustainable Society, has taken a commendable steps towards sensitizing students and scholars on the need to not just dream but make sustainable living a practical possibility. Our great nation, Bharat, has very successful, led by G20 summit from the front under the able statesman of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has risen to the stature of a global guru, offering his hand to less developed and economically compromised nation of like Africa, as already you know, to participate in the novel enterprise of creating the climate of one earth, one life. Recently, Sikkim suffered one of the worst cloudbursts affecting hundreds of tourists and residents of this northeast region. Devbhumi, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh have been regular victims of the fury of Mother Nature on account of unchecked greed of men, who are not ready to leave even an inch of space for our flora and fauna to flourish and thrive at peace in their natural habitats. The earth has no room for all. The earth has for this kind of natural disasters. Our education systems, our curriculum should be geared towards preservation of our ecosystem in all possible ways. Our students should be taught to the skilled enough to innovate and develop ways of sustainable living. The new education policy 2022, already talked about it, emphasizes on the enduring qualities of the great Indian knowledge tradition that had always prompted sustainable living at all times, in all our life practices, starting from our buildings and architectures to our agriculture, our food habits and knowledge distribution practice. It is not possible to retrieve all that is lost or outmoded, but it is definitely possible to revive the spirit of living through the understanding of the values of life enshrined in our ancient knowledge system. Bharat and her enduring culture can show the path to the world that is increasingly becoming abundant from the core values of sustainable living. Tripura and the entire northeastern region of India have been blessed with abundance of nature. Ecological hotspots are innumerable in this region. Research in the universities of the Northeast may begin with the study of this region themselves, to investigate on how this region may contribute to the core values of sustainability amidst the demands of materialistic development. I would urge the authorities of all universities of Tripura and the Northeast to come together and invest their knowledge capital to study this region deeply and provide new entry points to global knowledge on sustainability and One Earth-centric curricula in our universities. I would urge Tripura University to practically implement our Honorable Prime Minister's motto of vocal for local by focusing on the immense cultural, ethnic, ecological and natural diversity of Tripura and the Northeast by promoting studies on region-specific domestic of knowledge, studies on the history and geography of the region, studies on the forest of the region, studies on habitats and lifestyles of the region that have remained unaffected through decades of urban encroachment may be prompted through the new curriculum. Our rich ancient Ayurveda tradition has grown and fostered in the lap of our forests. We all know that Tripura is a forest-rich region. Valuable herbal plants and may still be lurking undiscovered in our forests. Who knows when one of our students from Tripura University may end up discovering a precious herbal plant from our forest that would contribute to the cure of a complicated disease. Earlier, India in many global forums would have been dictated upon by foreign powers belonging to the so-called developed nations. We were miserably sandwiched between the agenda of our globally powerful and economically rich nations. It was very difficult to raise our voice amidst the discord of global voices in any important global forums. But today, suddenly, every common Bharatiya will admit in one voice that under the able leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, our stature has steadily grown. It has all happened in the last decade, and not magically so. It has happened because of his vision, his unstinted and unstoppable efforts, his dynamic personality, and his dedication to once again make India a superpower that it once was in the ancient times. Today, Bharat proudly and freely proclaims her independent, autonomous voice. We are not dictated upon by foreigners. We have made our presence felt. We are consulted on several issues on global platforms. We, with our ancient and enduring value systems, may make a difference. And we have successfully begun to make a difference, but miles still remain to be covered and we cannot afford to sleep. With these words, I once again congratulate the organizer of this conference and all the teachers, students, research scholars, guests, and resource persons from inside and outside Tripura University. The future is in your hand. Go and grab it. New Bharat belongs to you. Jai Hind. Namaskar. And Hambai. Today, in the program of National Conference on Higher Education and Research towards a transformative and sustainable society, organized by the Research and Development Cell, Tripura University. On this occasion and on these programs on dais, Professor Ganga Prasad, Prashant, Vice Chancellor at Tripura University, Professor Ajay Kumar Saha, Director, Research and Development Cell, Tripura University.